No, wait a second. There's been a mistake here, okay?
The writing in The Penguin is genuinely some of the best I have seen in years. Complex, nuanced, and well-developed, grounded characters, with Sofia Falcone basically being the true star of the show.
Oh, wait, but there'll be lots of paparazzi at your trial.
Truly Emmy-level winning performance and writing.
You're right. I deserve a fresh start.
Is Sofia Falcone poison ivy? When she deletes most of her family, she uses carbon monoxide poisoning while waiting in a greenhouse with the girl she spares in order to protect them from the carbon monoxide.
We would snuggle up in blankets and we would pretend that this was a jungle.
Her connection with the Bliss mushrooms is also another potential poison ivy clue, as well as her slowly turning to a bombshell as the show progresses. Listen to these lyrics.
Put the flame on me.
Don't matter, kid. That's the thing. She's just a scapegoat.
I'm not the one who's sick. The world is.
For 10 years, men have lied to me.
Sofia's character arc actually took influence from a real-life tragic story of JFK's sister, Rosemary Kennedy. In constructing the Sofia arc for The Penguin, LeFranc drew inspiration from Rosemary Kennedy, the forgotten or hidden sister of President John F. Kennedy. The eldest Kennedy daughter was deemed difficult by her father, Joseph P. Kennedy, who had her lobotomized when she was 23 years old. The procedure left her permanently incapacitated, unable to speak, and institutionalized for over 60 years.
Shine.
Hey, she's not chained.
Rosemary was put in a mental institution and given a lobotomy, and then her story ended. Her narrative never was told beyond that, which I always found fascinating and tragic and terrible, said LeFranc. With the history of mental institutions, usually someone would say a woman's hysterical, and we don't really know what that equates to, and then they would put her away. So I asked Matt early on, I would like to have Sofia come from Arkham State Hospital, and he was on board, which I'm so grateful for because Matt has the ability to say, absolutely not, and instead he leaned into it.
What if she was telling the truth?
What's so utterly bizarre about this is the night before seeing this Penguin episode, I was watching Jack Osbourne on the Jamie Kennedy podcast, and he mentioned this exact thing.
Do you know that I learned this pretty recently. Do you know that the reason why all state-run mental health facilities closed?
No.
Everyone always says, "Oh, Reagan closed them down. Reagan closed them down." It was because of a law or something that JFK pushed through. And the reason JFK was so against state-run hospitals is because his sister was put in one and given a lobotomy.
It really is a perfect example of how science can be bought and controlled and corrupted and weaponized. This is how I have always seen the Scarecrow, a sort of personification of the worst aspects of big pharma, manipulating and preying on people's fears.
Would you like to see my mask?
And using people as guinea pigs to be experimented on.
They scream and they cry.
I really do think there is a Scarecrow plot being developed here with the Bliss drug that Sofia gains access to in Arkham. It's possible within that 10-year period she was there, she interacted with Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow. And perhaps the Scarecrow's fear toxin is the Bliss drug, but just synthesized in a different way from the same formula. And getting the city dependent on Bliss is laying the groundwork for the Scarecrow, as he can essentially turn Gotham into Arkham Asylum with control and manipulation of people's minds. And perhaps the fear toxin will work synergistically in some sense with Bliss. Bliss addicts will do the bidding of Scarecrow perhaps. This seems like the natural progression of things.
Are you working for him?
I at first thought it might have been Julian Rush, but I do not think that is the case. He doesn't seem like an actual villain to me. Maybe I'm wrong. And ironically, Rush falling for Sofia parallels Harley falling for Joker. I heard Joker 2 is an abomination and a disgrace, and I refuse to see it myself. The doctors in Arkham Asylum doing the bidding of Carmine Falcone is a horrifying abuse of power, And in the real world, this level of manipulation and corruption of quote-unquote science can and does exist. For some of my longtime subscribers, they know medical malpractice severely ruined my life, hence why I felt drawn to talk about this sort of thing, and I feel this weird connection to the Sofia character in the show in my own way. You can hear about my truly unbelievable story on my channel if you like. Anyways, Sofia embodies the archetype of the black sheep of the family, the type of outcast in a family who takes the blame and gets pinned with all of these so-called sins of an abusive family. It's a phenomenon that can occur in narcissistic abusive families. The sane and mentally healthy, for pointing out inconvenient truths, gets labeled as bad or wrong. They want to kill the messenger rather than address the message. I think on some level most people have felt like this on some scale, well, unless they are the gaslighters themselves. I feel like there's two types of people in this world, those who gaslight and those who get gaslit. Anyways, I genuinely have no idea where they're going to take this next, as every single episode, the story and narrative basically gets completely flipped on its head. I am very worried about Victor though, and what's going to happen with him. It will be interesting to see how the Penguin fills the void left by the removal of most of the Falcone family. And are we going to see Catwoman interact with Sofia Falcone at some point? I wonder. We'll see. Anyways, please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you very much, and bye.